Welcome back. Today we're going to look at how WWE can steal AEW's mojo. This isn't going to be a short term thing either. I'm analyzing how a particular move can take attention away from AEW. Along with that, this move would also encourage fans to keep their viewership solely under WWE's content. I do want to preface WWE could never fully take attention away from AEW. For every fan that watches both promotions, there's a fan that exclusively watches AEW. Those loyal diehards will keep AEW running for years and years to come. However, there's a niche of fans like myself that attempt to keep their eyes on every worthwhile promotion that this business has to offer. If WWE can continue to keep the full attention of these fans, then it's bad news for AEW. The game changer I'm hinting at is the revival of WCW. Hear me out. A lot of folks in this niche have been talking about the revival of WCW. Many think it's a bad idea, and that's because there's just too much good wrestling out there. Adding in another show at this scale would be way too much. I agree with this. But what if we were replacing instead of adding? If the revival of WCW were to truly happen, I think it would replace NXT. This wouldn't be a developmental anymore. This would transform into the full-fledged third brand that WWE has always wanted. TNA may also be a part of this. Why else would WWE partner with them after decades of having no such interest? The combined rosters of NXT and TNA would be a perfect launching point for WCW. This alternative brand could also harbor those who don't have much to do on the main roster. World Championship Wrestling, booked by Triple H and Company, would be must-watch TV, more so than NXT and TNA currently are. You may be wondering, how would WWE develop stars without NXT? To that I say, there's plenty of content and opportunity for stars to develop without NXT. The Performance Center is fully capable of finding new ways to give young talent the reps that they can get in NXT. There's also Main Event, WWE Speed, and WWE's live events. Those are three perfect places for younger talent to get the reps they need before they get their chance on TV. Believe me, this is a hard thing to pitch to you guys. I love NXT. It was once upon a time the best wrestling show in the world. However, those glory days are behind us. NXT is a great place to develop talent, but the world of wrestling has changed. WWE should prioritize making a must-watch show over developing talent. And they have the facilities to do both, realistically. There's an opportunity here, and it would greatly benefit WWE in the long run. Beyond that, who else has WWE been working with lately? That's right, GCW. WWE has been lending talent to Game Changer Wrestling, and I wonder why. Paul Heyman is done with the bloodline, and kudos to him for telling one of the best stories of the modern era. I'd imagine he wants to stay busy in the world of wrestling. I'd imagine he would jump for joy at the opportunity to properly revive ECW. What better way to revive ECW than building it on all the great work that GCW has done over the years? I know this will greatly piss off GCW diehards, and I'm sure GCW has no intent of selling to WWE. However, money talks and bullshit walks, right? If Triple H and Company truly wanted GCW so they can revive ECW, then they'd have it. If this all happened, the WWE would have 4 must-watch shows opposed to 2. It's been really hard for fans to catch up on whatever AEW's got going on. This would make it even harder as WWE is on another level and is unprecedented in this current climate of professional wrestling. There'd also be several places to flourish on the WWE roster. No more getting caught in limbo. The appeal to work at WWE as an established wrestler would be undisputed. Even if you don't have a place on Raw and SmackDown, WCW and ECW would be happy to harbor success for those types of wrestlers. And the fans would have a streamlined surplus of wrestling to enjoy. I know this video might piss you off, and I'm sorry. I'm just throwing around some ideas. Can you imagine NXT and TNA becoming the revival of WCW? This becoming a must-watch show, more must-watch than NXT is? In my opinion, NXT isn't really must-watch. I'm sorry. And then the revival of ECW run by Paul Heyman, done the right way? Dude, you can't tell me you don't want to see that. Like, I know all this stuff sounds crazy, but if WWE was smart, they would do this. Us fans that try to watch everything would not have time to look at AEW like we do these days if we had WCW, ECW, and Raw and SmackDown going at the same time. Can you imagine? All right, guys, I'm out here.